Hello everyone, Silvie here from the Silly Nerds, and today is going to be the first episode of my building channel where my building series, sorry guys. It's where I'm going to be building different things from different fandoms, and today I think we're going to go ahead and start with Rapunzel's Tower from the Disney film Tangled. This is one of my favorite movies, and I figured that it would be a good idea to start with something that everybody knows. So in this series, I'm going to be building things from anime, and that includes manga and light novels. If you don't know what those are, I'll explain when I get to them. I'm going to build pixel art of different characters and objects from shows. I'm going to build things from books, so things like the Chronicles of Narnia and Lord of the Rings, and even more obscure books that you may not know, like Mrs. Frisby and the Rats of Nim. So today we're going to be going to film fantasy, and we are going to be building Rapunzel's Tower right over there. So I've already got all my stuff all set up, so I'm going to start with my end stone bricks. I'm going to need some purple, and these will be used for flooring. Let's see, I'm also going to need this hook and this trapdoor. This is what I'm going to be starting with. So I'm going to go ahead and put these away up here for now because I'm not using them. Okay. Let's build it right. Let's start right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, that's not supposed to be there. 2, 1. Alrighty. So here we go. We have the beginnings of our basic circle. Square. Perfect. So that is going to be the base of our tower. Now, if you can't tell, this is going to be a rather large build. It'll probably take us a couple of episodes. So I'm Silvie. I'm the red one. Currently, I don't have a red skin. Or a red dress for my skin. I'm working on it. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and build this next ring of the tower. Whoops. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom this up for ya. I'm going to have Kita do it. She's not only a member of this channel who does videos of her own, but she's also our editor, for which I am very thankful, because you can't really do a YouTube channel without editing. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up for you guys. So you guys will notice that I am building this block by block. I'm actually going to show you an easier way to do this after I finish this, because I'm doing this to make a point. So, first off, this is the main body of the tower. It's super skinny. This is going to be 6 tall, which means this is a pretty tall tower, and canonically, Rapunzel's hair is 70 feet long, which means that you would need the space from the top of at least the base of the window to the bottom of the tower to be 70 feet, but I don't feel like doing that math, and that would be a big tower. This is big as it is, and this is just from what looks proportionally correct, and what's easy to build. I mean, I suppose that I could have used a bigger circle, but that would have been more time spent on building, which I like to build, and I like figuring out how things are built, but I also enjoy doing interior design, which is why I have that other series that I'm doing. But yeah, so that's how that's going to look all the way around. So there's this handy command called the /fill command, where if I go /fill, whoops, I have too many slashes. fill, tab, tab, tab. That sets the coordinates. You hit enter. That's fine. That just means that you've got your coordinates saved. Ignore that. Okay, so that was at the top, so I'm going to go to the bottom here, hit slash up. That gives me my coordinates. Tab, tab, tab. You'll notice that they are roughly the same coordinates. And then you put space, and then you need to type end underscore, because that stands in for space, stone underscore bricks. Ta-da! It filled 18 blocks for me, which means that you don't have to do all of this stuff on your own, because that's actually really hard. And it's pretty time consuming, as I'm pretty sure you noticed. I use this command quite a bit actually on my bigger builds. You'll see this as a common thing that I'm using. Also, remember those, when you're doing these commands for the fill, remember to do those underscores, because those stand in for the spaces, and if you put something wrong, it will tell you, which I think is very handy. See, how's this looking? I think I'm going to add another row to the top. Whoops. Just for a bit of extra height. Because remember, this tower is incredibly tall. And the other crazy thing about this tower is that Flynn manages to climb the entire thing. Like, seriously, how? So, let's start heading out again, because this tower has that, it's a very nice shape, really. Because it has the base, and then it starts going out again. So I'm going to go ahead and have so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this bit as well. Now, for this, I'm making sure to look at the base of the tower to make sure that I build it symmetrically, because that's how this circle should look. So that way I don't end up with lopsided circles, because that would be a pain. I think that's the biggest trick with this build, is making sure that everything matches up. And oh, it's nighttime. I should probably go to daytime, but after I finish this row. Okay. There we go. Now, if you haven't seen this command, it's very handy. Slash time. Oh, look, I can tab that. Set tab. Day tab. That will autofill for you, so you don't have to type out the entire thing. And see, now the sun's right there. It was previously over there. Now it's right there. That's a very handy command. Okay, where am I? Ah, there we go. So this is our last ring of this. So this is going to become the main body of the tower. Which means now normally for this I use yellow wool. It's, if you're not familiar with it, I call it my spike tape. That's a theater term for, where something goes. And I just call it that because that makes my life easier. But I normally use that, but considering that I'm using yellow wool later in the build, I don't want to do that. Because that will get me very confused about what I'm supposed to keep and what I'm not. Really a big part of building something massive like this is keeping track of what you are supposed to have and what you are not. So, let's go ahead and fill in the floor here. So, I will take yellow concrete and build around outside of this circle. Oh wait, whoops, sorry. I forgot I don't build on top. I actually replaced this ring with it, because that way I get taller ceilings, and, well, you'll see. So let's put this, so I use yellow concrete here. I tried several different materials, several different patterns, but this is the one that looked the best. And again, it's thanks to Kita. She helped me figure it out. I am incredibly grateful to her. So, there we go. And now I'm going to grab my magenta terracotta, and I'm going to build out 2 from each of these. So that then I basically have a giant circle again. That looks about right. And then once again, I edge it in yellow concrete, because if you look at concept art and art for this movie, you'll notice that the floor is very colored. It's multiple colors. So I had to ask my friends and figure out a way for me to get the multicoloredness of it with the pinks and the yellows and all this other stuff, but maintain my buildability. So you'll notice that I have this nice yellow streak around the tower now, so I have to cover it up with endstone, which is what I'm using as my main ingredient, or main material here. Again, we did this through a lot of testing to see what would look best for this build. And sure, that means that layer only gets reduced to 1 now, but that adds to the look. There we go. Now, these walls are currently too high. 3, 4, 5, 6. They're supposed to be that high. And I'm going to, given that I can't really fill for most of this, I think that I'm just going to go ahead and build it, and we'll go ahead and do a speed So I have that all done, and look at how tall it is already. I mean, that's pretty big. Now, if you'll remember, Rapunzel has a turreted bedroom. There's also a room where Mother Gothel, how to put this, she closes some drapes, which means that I had to figure out how to get those turrets in there, because that's important. So, give me a sec, I need to go look at some reference pictures. Sorry about that, guys, I had to double check something. Okay, so that is where Rapunzel's bedroom is. And let's see. So I actually built a tower like this previously as a test run, and so I had to double check how things were supposed to look. I got my measurements off somewhere. It's 4, it's 5. I think I may have gotten off somewhere, but I don't know where. All I know is, I think that's because it's supposed to be only 4. Let's see. Woohoo! Moment when you have no idea what you're doing. Okay, give me another sec here. I need to check again. Sorry about that again, guys. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3. So actually that one that I thought was the mistake was the correct one. You know, irony. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, so this is, and then I actually have matching flooring. Woohoo! Because, well, why not? There we go. Okay. So I actually forgot a building material. I'll have to go down and grab that. Let's see. So these pillars go up 2, and then, whoops, they actually go up 3. They actually go up all the way to the edge of the tower. Oh, whoops, that's only supposed to be too high. Like that. Oh, hey, nighttime is once more upon us. Yeehaw, okay. Go down and grab my missing element here. Plus, I'm almost done with flooring. Actually, I am done with flooring. So I'm going to go ahead and put those away. I'm also going to grab some slabs while I'm at it. Here's my glass. Because you'll remember that room that Mother Gothel closes the drapes on in the song Mother Knows Best, it actually has glass around it. It is a literal glass room. If it has plants in it, I may add plants. I haven't quite decided yet. And this needs to be the same size. So I know this turret looks really tall right now. That's because this is Rapunzel's, the top part is Rapunzel's bedroom. So I actually need to get the bedroom in there. Whoops. I have a bit of a scatterbrain sometimes when it comes to building. I just build randomly. Other times I am really, really on top of it. So that is, woohoo! Alright, there we go. This is Rapunzel's bedroom as a base at the moment. And then of course there is like the stairway or whatever. I'm going to build that next episode. I think that currently my focus should be the main structure. That makes sense to me. So that means that up next is the roof. Although actually, I am really quickly going to put that in. Because this is Rapunzel's little tower. Does it go inside or? Yeah, it goes inside. There we go. That's her door to let Mother Gothel in and out. I even have the hook that she puts her hair over. That's a rather important thing. Okay, now the roof. This is another one that is just going to take a while, and I'm actually going to pause the recording here so that I can just build it off camera and show you guys in a minute. I'm actually going to show you how I use my spike tape. It's actually a great deal of fun. So I just, at least I caught myself. Alright, so you put it there, put the stairs on top, and then you just delete it. Or destroy it, I guess is the right term. And ta-da, you have a roof. Oh, that's right. This one. Sorry, I keep forgetting my different things that I'm doing here. So I actually didn't need to use the spike tape there. I just thought you guys might want to see it. Because the way I do this is like this. So the what the heck, friend? It's not behaving the way it should. Which is a common problem with building, but see, I got it to behave like this, so now I need to figure out how to do that again. Let's see, so I put in my spike tape, destroy it. Alright, that's not right. Hate it when this happens. Okay. When you get it to work correctly once and then never again, let's see. What is different about these? There is no difference. Okay. Good to know. I don't know what the deal is here. Okay. So that is supposed to be, whoops, too wide like that. And these will connect into the, into the main roof somehow. I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. But, they're gonna connect in. And that makes no sense. Okay. That's the thing, is I can't figure out. It managed to do it like this, but not like this, and I will figure that out in a minute and go ahead and pause the recording. So actually, because this roof line isn't currently working, I figured that I might as well try another tack. You see how that works, and I don't understand why or how? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to just put slabs in. Because that way, hopefully, something can function. If not, well then, I'm in trouble. So I guess the idea here is that I just, and again, this is going to meld into the other roof eventually. Wait, actually, is that my problem? No? That is not my problem. Okay, I have no idea why it wasn't functioning before. Like, legitimately. Okay. It should have worked. I don't know. Alright. Now, I have to, first of all, I'm going to destroy that. Second of all, I need to create this thing. And I know that putting in the slabs was a bit of a cop-out, but, oh fudge, I forgot that happens. There we go. Okay, and I will figure out how to make this work. Because again, I have the rest of this roof that also needs to come up to a point. Because that's just how they wanted to build it, and it tortures me. Okay. Because it is a great deal of turning, maneuvering, make sure you get your mouse in the right spot. I mean, really, this takes quite a bit of work Now, you'll notice here that I have, okay good, I do still have that in my possession. You'll notice here that I'm starting to get these squares, you know, where it's obviously going to just be a square. So actually in this one, I'm going to stick a trapdoor because, again, from the song Mother Knows Best, because that gives us a lot of information about the tower, as does the song, that's when will my life begin, that's the word for it. There's a trapdoor that Rapunzel pulls open to display her star charts. Ack! And Mother Gothel promptly, very promptly, in the song Mother Knows Best, proceeds to, I'm actually going to go at it from the other direction now, proceeds to whack her hip against the wall. Like, big and dramatic, and that's what finally, like, cuts off all light to the inside of the tower. Like, you know, that big, you know, and then Rapunzel starts lighting candles, which Mother Gothel then starts extinguishing, which doesn't seem like a very healthy thing to do if your child is afraid of the dark. Because I'm not saying that Rapunzel is afraid of the dark, but she's lighting candles. I mean, and the thing is that she's been living in that tower since she was a small child, which means that she knows that place like the back of her hand. Ooh, that's not too bad, actually. Could have been better, could be worse. I mean, it'll have some funny little quirks, but you know, I think that's just part of the build at this point. So anyway, but yeah, so she why do you do this to your poor daughter? So Rapunzel starts lighting candles. I'd say that she's afraid of the dark, personally. Again, not saying that's canon, but you know, you light candles in the dark with your mother. Anyway, but that's not right. So that's why I have the trapdoor there, is because that is in the song. It's rather prominent. And actually, I really wish that there was a way for me to get paintings onto the walls. Unfortunately, there isn't. So I'm going to have to go without. Sadness, but yeah. Let's see, I don't know, I might build some other things from Tangled on this series. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. And I would like you to keep in mind that I do have to know what it is, so if it's a book, go ahead and give me the author. I'll go ahead and give it a read, see what I can come up with. Let's see. Actually, is there a way to get that to look like the other corners? 1, 2, 3. Just wondering. Okay. Let's see. Hey, I did it! Sorry, just a bit of celebration for myself. And I'm going to go ahead and just put slabs there. Anyway, but yeah, so, you know, if it's from book, give me the author. Please try and stick to cleaner TV shows. We're aiming for this to be more of a family channel. And I personally don't like, you know, I don't know, but yeah, so I'm open to suggestions for builds. Go ahead and tell me what some stuff you'd like me to build. Yeah, so we figured that we would start with Rapunzel because it's one of my favorite Disney movies, actually. And it's Disney, so it's a good starter point for any sort of fandom channel, because I think that deep down, every fangirl is a Disney nerd. Well, and fanboy for that matter. But that's like deep down, you know, I mean, one of those sleeping fandoms. Ooh, that's looking really nice. Okay. There's my good old spike tape again. I have completely forgotten how I did this last time, so cut me some slack, and that's not working. Okay. Time for the good old blocks again. Let's see. There we go, that gives me a nice 9x9er, or 3x3, it's 9 in area. Let's hope I don't fall off, because, I mean, that wouldn't be pleasant, per se. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put that there to show that I don't need it. Ta-da! There's the roof all done. And I'm going to actually... Okay, so that's actually the weird thing about this, is that you have to, like, crouch your way to get in here, which I guess isn't too off the mark, but yeah. Okay, so you'll notice... Okay, I was just double-checking something, sorry. So you'll notice that we currently have purple as the roof, and there's a lot of extra light shining in. That is not a desirable quality. So, welcome to what I have to do. Wait. Sorry, I'm double checking that I'm doing this right. You know, you have to cover it up so that it doesn't quite show as badly, plus you don't want all that light shining through. That just does not look professional. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. And now you have to put those in. See, this one doesn't get a covering because it's the trapdoor. Which is a little weird, I know. But that's just the way things are floating. You know, I think I'll go ahead and keep these. Give it that tiered appearance. Let's see, it is currently nighttime. Let's say you guys to doing a quick resetting of daytime. That gives us extra light. I'm also going to have to redo that so that it gets nice and hidden. That corner does not look like the rest. That's fine. It won't. I'm just resigned to that at this point. Because, so I did some test runs, obviously. That's a very good idea when you're doing such a complicated build. And I actually put the turret in later. So that means that this is a very different sort of experience, because I have the full turret here. Let's see, I'm actually going to go ahead and put that there. And it looks very weird. Oh well. I mean, at least it all shapes out to be the same shape. You know, it just looks a bit funky. I might add some of the stuff here so that it looks like it's fellows. There we go. That's all decoration though. Okay. Now to get into Rapunzel's area, or her bedroom, and do the exact same thing. because again, we don't want light shining in. That would be very weird. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That is the main structure of this tower. That's right back. You're supposed to do that in order to walk out. So, that is the beginning of Rapunzel's tower. I am going to go ahead and put in windows, the main building, and a whole bunch of other stuff next time. And I can't wait to see you again. And may the fandom be ever in your favor. Bye, guys.